what's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have a big shout out to Tess for bringing Nick Carter onto the channel solo. So this is pretty cool. So this is Do I Have to Cry for You? And I actually never knew that any of them went solo except for AJ, just because you guys have mentioned to check out AJ's solo material. And I didn't know any of them went solo. And this will be really interesting because I know the last one we did, I'm blanking on the name. It was the epic one. Nick gets on his knees. Well, he gets on his knees for every single music video, it seems. But this one was special. It was Kevin playing piano. That whole thing. I'm blanking on the name. Incomplete. But yeah, I was like, Nick, I felt really found his voice on that song. And so I want to see what this solo stuff is like. So I'm excited. And anyway, before we get into this one, as always, if you guys have any song requests for me, please leave them in the Discord. Link down below. And that's it. So let's go to Nick Carter. Do I Have to Cry for You? Well, he looks very young here still. I wonder if this was before or after Incomplete.
Don't wanna close the door. Don't wanna give up on it. Don't wanna fight no more. We'll find a way around it. Where's the love we had?
Well, he has a very soft voice.
We can make it last. Tell me what I gotta be. Tell me what you want to do, 'cause I can't live my life the way you want me to. You know I can't go on living like we do. Do I have to cry for you?
I like Nick a lot. He's a sensitive soul.
Do I have to cry for you?
That's dangerous, bro. Just kidding.
So tell me what it's for. If there's no winner in it, nobody's keeping score. Let's start from the beginning. Can we make it last? With the love we have. You wanna do, 'cause I can't live my life.
Yes, love the passion.
You want me to. You know you can't go on living like we do. Do I have to cry for you? Do I have to cry for you? Do I gotta stand in the cold dark? Do I have to say I won't let you get away?
Yeah.
What do I gotta be? Tell me what you wanna do. I can't live my life the way you want me to. You know I can't go on living like we do. Do I have to cry for you?
Such a bad of it. Aw. You found the love of your life, Nick. Man, that was awesome. That was so good. I have a completely newfound appreciation for Nick Carter now. Like, I know a lot of you have been like sticking up for him because I like to tease him a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he's the dramatic guy. He's always falling on his knees in every music video, and he gives it his all. And like, I feel like I feel like he was in some sense like outshined in some degree in Backstreet Boys, just because you hear AJ, you hear Brian, you hear Kevin or whatever, and Nick clearly has like the softest, most like boyish voice out of everybody. And I think when you hear that in with the other stuff, sometimes like by nature you can go, oh yeah, he's like the, you know, he's the not the worst singer, but he's the youngest, you know what I mean? He's the young blood. He's the pretty face all the girls fall in love with. And sometimes you don't see the brilliance until he goes solo. And then you go, wow, he actually has so much passion and he has a great voice. Hearing some of the notes, some of the vocal control that just boom, like I'm like, oh wow, this now when I hear it Backstreet Boys again, paying attention to him now, I'd be like, okay, like Nick Carter is way more integral to the sound than I ever thought. Secondly, I don't know if it was just me. Do you guys feel like in this song, he was like channeling something like Bryan Adams or something? I just felt like, I don't know, it was maybe some of the enunciation, some of the melodies, but like the passion too. Like I don't know how influenced by Bryan Adams Nick was, but I feel it in this song a lot. I feel like just that really beautiful Bryan Adams soul. You know what I mean? That Nick was really channeling. And I felt so much soul and passion from this song. Like Nick just has so much passion. And he has his vibe is extremely warm and welcoming and heartwarming and sensitive, soft. You know what I mean? Very emotional. I love his vibe in this song. And now I think, and you know what? And I could be projecting here. I don't know if this is the truth, but sometimes I feel like in Backstreet Boys, I feel like he was trying to put his mark on that band, on that group, you know what I mean? And I feel sometimes maybe he almost in his mind tried a bit too hard. Like he was like, I want to prove my worth. I'm the youngest one here. And I've seen some interviews you guys have sent me where like him and Brian will get in a fight and stuff. And it seems like, I don't know, maybe deep down he always felt a bit insecure. Like maybe there was these miraculous artists and he was the young one. And he's like, I need to prove myself. And so you get this Nick Carter version of himself in Backstreet Boys, which he's larger than life in a good way. I love it. You know, like, you know, I love Nick Carter and what he adds. But I feel like this really kind of, he's still dramatic and Nick is still larger than life. But there's a bit of a sense of like, we also see a softer side of Nick where he's a bit more at peace with himself. He's like, okay, I'm not competing with anything right now. I'm just kind of me. And I get to be all of me. I don't have to compete with anything. I don't have to measure up to anything. I can finally just be myself and just fully be myself. And I really love this side of Nick and seeing Nick solo. And God, man, like I said, I just love his vibe. I feel like a really strong kinship with him, like a very strong. I just want to be like, hey, like I want to meet him and just be like, hey, bro, I love you. Like, hey, I love you. You know what I mean? It's just that warmth. I just really love that. And this is like 2002, so this is before Incomplete. Makes sense. Before Drowning too, I believe. But yeah, this was just great. And yeah, the second single following after the first successful hit, Help Me, the song describes a broken-hearted Nick who continues to go out of his way for a woman who doesn't show any appreciation or serious commitment of interest, who finds pleasure taking advantage of him. I don't know about that. That's somebody's interpretation of it. Yeah, my thoughts on these kind of relationships is kind of interesting. I think a lot of this stuff is subconscious. I don't think somebody's trying to screw somebody over, not committing. I think somebody's really afraid of commitment. I think, and I don't know the dynamic, but I'm guessing Nick is the hopeless romantic, the idealist, because that's my default when I was in toxic relationships, is I would be the idealist, the hopeless romantic. Always craving love and connection because I never really got that growing up. And the way that I compensate for that is some people, when they don't get love, they compensate by not like pushing it away and being afraid of love. And other people like me crave it and we try to win it. We try to win your heart. We try to, love you so much that you'll finally love us back. You know what I mean? And I'm guessing Nick is in that category. And we all have all of the categories within us, but we have a default kind of archetype, the way we are when we aren't feeling secure in our relationship. But yeah, I don't want to, and also I want to say this feels like quintessential 2000s pop, like singer-songwriter pop. 2000 singer-songwriter pop is so big and larger than life. I love it. It's like, yeah, I love this stuff. But yeah, I don't want to close the door. Don't want to give up on it. Yeah, so Nick's like me. He's a fighter in love. This was me. And then we'd usually find partners that are afraid of commitment on a subconscious level. They'll tell us they are up for it, they love us, all this stuff, but they're just so afraid, and they play hot and cold, and they on and off, and it makes it very difficult for us, Nick and I, to know where we stand, because the line's always shifting, because that person is, just so overwhelmed by the idea of that being broken and having their heart broken again, that they are afraid of us, and they project their past boyfriends or girlfriends onto us. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to close the door. Don't want to give up on it. Don't want to fight no more. We'll find a way around it. Where's the love we had? Oh man, yeah, that's the question I used to ask. We can make it last. Tell me what I gotta be. Tell me what you want to do, because I can't live my life the way you want me to. I can't go on living like we do. Do I have to cry for you? So tell me, what's it for? If there's no winner in it, nobody's keeping score. Let's start from the beginning. Can we make it last? Where's the love we had? Yeah, I don't know how much of this is Nick actually writing the lyrics, but I can really relate to him, especially my late teens and early 20s. Highly relate to this story of my life. I just wanted somebody to love me a lot, because again, I never really felt like my dad loved me, right? So, and then because my mom was in this kind of tumultuous relationship growing up, she was never really in a position to like fully love either. She was always afraid and scared for herself too. So it was like I never really kind of got that like deep felt sense of love and appreciation. And so when I was younger, it used to really drive me. I used to really search for it in people. I really wanted to find my soulmate. I really wanted to find someone that I could just love. And once I found someone who could love me and I could love them and we could start a family together, then I'd be happy because someone would appreciate me. And I've just learned over time, like, you got to appreciate and love yourself before you can expect somebody else to do that for you, Yeah, you got to love people because you want to love people, not because you want them to love you, right? But man, love this song. This was amazing, Tess. But anyway, what are your favorite Nick Carter songs? Let me know down below, and we'll jump on some of those. And also, what are your favorite Backstreet Boys songs? Let me know. And lastly, I want to give a big shout out to my tier 3 patrons. So we got Laura, Melanie, Paul, Scott, Ayla, Kelly, Amber, Andy, Charles, Francis, Lorne, Mans, Mark, Matthias, Matt, Melissa, Merrick, Michael, Nora, Richard, Robbie, Sebastian, Sharon, Tess. So shout out to all of you. I'll see everybody again tomorrow. I love you. Bye.